morning everyone, and welcome to Mike's Misadventures in Wales. So, first tour of 2022. So with all the storms we've had going on recently, it's not been possible to get out with the camera thanks to Dudley, Eunice and Franklin. So, last night I made a long journey all the way over to Cardiff. Just stayed in a cheap budget hotel for the night. And today, I've made my way over to the Brecon Beacons, or as it's known, Waterfall country. Now, I'm coming at you from here, this lovely cave area. I'm not going to ruin the Welsh language by trying to pronounce this, but it does roughly translate to gateway of the cave. So I've actually come to the Four Waterfall Walk to start with this morning. I was up at 6 o'clock, so my face probably looks like a melted candle right now because I'm really tired. Long drive yesterday, early start this morning. It's not for me, but we're here and we're going to have some fun. So I'm here for 3 days. Day one, we're actually going to do a couple of vlogs of different waterfalls from the Brecon Beacons. This first vlog is going to be the Four Waterfalls Walk. So, without further ado, let's crack on. So as it's a little way to our first falls, I thought I would have a little walk and a talk with you. So, first trip to Wales, that's always exciting. So, I'll be honest with you, I've actually been to Cardiff and Swansea quite a few times with other photography work. And every time I drive into Wales, you get that beautiful feeling with the trees and the green as you're driving through. Now, unfortunately, with the work that I do, it doesn't actually give me an opportunity to get out and actually do my own thing, which is a bit of a shame because it's always there. It's like dangling the carrot. So that's part of the reason why I've actually decided to come over here. Another reason is obviously Waterfall country. Now, I don't know why it has that name. I've done quite a bit of research. And it's really difficult to actually find out about all these waterfalls that are apparently around here. Now, obviously you have things like this, the Four Waterfall Walk, clues in the name. But I'm still yet to discover the masses of waterfalls that people say about. There's nothing on things like Wikipedia or anything. Which is very strange considering it holds the title of Waterfall country, and you know me, I love the Yorkshire Dales, I love Keld, so it's a little bit strange, but of course it interests me. Now the plan is actually to hit 6 or 7 waterfalls today, so obviously these are the first 4 and this is what will make up the first vlog. Couple of other bits of news as well. Bought some new toys. So first one of those is the Sigma 12 to 24 F4R. Yeah, that's right, yeah. Because the 14 to 24 is an f2.8. I don't need f2.8. Now, the reason I bought this is I wanted a wide angle lens. I wanted a lens wider than my 24 to 35. And I was looking and looking and looking, and we all know that famous online auction site. Guy selling one for 500 quid. That was its starting price. So of course, put a bid on £501, just to see if see what would happen. Went and bloody won it, didn't I? No one else bid on it. Don't know why. I mean, this lens brand new is what, anywhere between like £1,100 and £1,300, which is what I stuck it on my insurance for. Now, the second bit of news, and another new toy that I've not managed to get out yet. In the January sales, I actually bagged myself some of the Format High-Tech Firecrest. They're the Pro filters, they're not the Ultra ones, so they're not the real top range ones. Now, I bought myself the, is it Joel Chinginer? His long exposure photography pack 1, so it's got 3 filters with it. I think it's 3, 6 and 10 stop. I mean, this is the thing, I bought this in January, in the January sales, and that's how much I know about it. I can't even remember which 3 filters. Now, one thing I will say, it's quite fitting really. Format High-Tech are from Wales, and the first time they've actually made a trip out since I bought them, right at the start of, well, it was just before turn of New Year's. First time I'm using them, it's in Wales. Quite fitting really. Now, I did decide to sell up all my coking filters, and I've just not downgraded at all. I've just minimised, that's the word I'm looking for. I've minimised my filters just to those 3 long exposure neutral density filters. Now, I didn't see the point in having all the other filters that I've built up over the years. Well, I say years, over the last couple of years. Sorry, just watching a robin down there at the moment. Off he goes. Because I wasn't using them. Tell you what, Wales has had some wet weather. Whoa, stick with me, I may fall on my bum. Which, yeah, Wales has actually had quite a bit of wet weather at the moment. I think we all have, along with those high winds as well from the storms, which is another reason why this was actually perfectly timed for the waterfalls. So, right, what I'm going to do is going to make crack on to the first falls now, and stop boring you with all my new updates and news. And yeah, I'll see you guys when we get there. Hey guys, I hope you can hear me all right. I am shouting a little bit if it actually comes across too loud. But look at this. Ain't she magnificent? Okay, so this is actually the first falls I've found on the walk. I'm hoping it is actually the first falls on the walk as well. I don't actually know, never been here before, so this is all new to me, and I'm praying that I can find all 4 falls. Now it is quite well walked path. I did take a picture of the map right at the start as well, and I believe this is the first one. But I tell you what, yeah, I'm smiling, because if this is the magnitude of the waterfalls that they have here, I think waterfall country is quite an adequate description. I mean, look at that. I mean, as I say, I've come down when the weather has been quite wet, so she is very magnificent. She is majestic, but she is dangerous as well. Now, this plateau of rock that I'm stood on is very slippy, so I'm going to have to be very careful, but it is time to whip the camera out and get my first picture of a waterfall. Whoa, happy days. So, you'll have probably seen the picture now of that beautiful falls. She was amazing. But, tell you what, trying to photograph her wasn't easy. Now, the problem that I had was that that big rock plateau in front was all the foreground there was. And not only that, because she's so powerful, it created a hell of a lot of mist, a lot of spray as it was hitting that plateau underneath it. Now, hopefully I got some decent ones. The other problem I had as well is this sky. There is not an ounce of detail in that sky. It's just flat and bright, which obviously for taking pictures of waterfalls ain't helpful. I'm also slightly concerned that the path that I'm heading up is taking me away from the river. This was the only path there was. Yeah. Let's keep walking and see what we see. I'll check in with you guys in a bit. Hey guys, so welcome to waterfall number 4. Now you're thinking that obviously we've just been up waterfall number 1, and I can confirm it was waterfall number 1 by the way. The name of that first waterfall, the translation is Fall of the White Meadow, which I think is actually a really nice name. Now once I realised that that was definitely fall number 1, I decided to make my way down to fall number 4, because to get to 2 and 3 you need to go through a cut through, or not a cut through, it's a side path to get down to them. And I thought, you know what, I'll just do that on the way back, and I'll make it down to fall number 4. Now, the translation for this one is Fall of the Snow. I love the names here. It's so, I don't want to say Lord of the Rings, but you know, if you've heard something like this in Lord of the Rings or your Game of Thrones and stuff like that, it wouldn't be out of place or anything. Now I tell you what, this is impressive. This was the one I was actually most looking forward to coming down and seeing, because it's just got that beautiful full drop. Now I have got a few difficulties here. I don't know if you can see it in the pictures here. All the spray, because it is so full, it's hitting the ground or hitting the rocks below with such force. It's actually creating a lot of spray. I'm getting damp here, just feeling that. And I know it's a bit hazy rain today, but most of that is the sea spray, not sea spray, sorry, the wood spray that's actually coming off of the falls. Still beautiful though, and I'm gonna whip the camera out. I've got to get some pictures of this, and I'll try my best to capture something that really makes the most of these falls. So stay tuned, and yeah, I'll see you at falls 2 and 3 shortly. Reasons I wanted to come down to this falls is because you can walk behind it. I'm getting absolutely soaked from the spray. I ain't got a clue if you can hear me. But this is one of the most awesome things I've ever done. This is just fantastic. I am so happy. Love it. Oh, I tell you what. You can tell I ain't been hiking in, well, 6 months. It was September since I last went. Those steps have nearly crippled me. Got some serious thigh burning going on, and the chest's a bit heavy and all. But I tell you what, right, I love that waterfall. That was a bit special, that. You might be able to tell by the old grin. What I will say though is, photographically, again, difficult. So much spray up off the falls. Also as well, could be because the water level was quite high. There was not a lot of foreground interest that was any decent. There was the rocks and stuff, but they actually tended to be quite messy. So I've tried a couple of things, which you guys will have obviously already seen. Now, making my way to falls 2 and 3, before heading back to the car. Probably going to need to get a bit of a shimmy on, because my car parking ticket runs out at 4 o'clock. To be fair, it cost me £4 and it covers you for the time between 8 AM and 4 PM. And then you have to pay another ticket if you want to go beyond 4 PM, and that covers you right through till 8 AM. £4 though, you can't argue. The problem that I've got is, as it's March, sunset's probably 6:30, 7 o'clock-ish. Probably not even that late at the moment, actually. Now, because of that, there are 2 other falls I want to capture. So we'll head down to these ones, see what we can see, and then I'll get a wriggle on back to the car. Okay, so here we have it, falls number 3. So, hello puppy, you're alright? A couple of beautiful little spaniels just came to say hello. So, yeah, this is falls number 3. Going to make it on to 2 in a minute. The translation on this one is Falls of the Cloth Washer. Now, I have no idea why it's called that, but if you can tell me, leave it in the comments, because I'm actually really interested to know. I didn't actually research that. But yeah, let us know. I'm going to try and find a spot now, get a composition, and get some pictures of this one. Hey guys, so I thought I'd just give you a quick update on the composition that I've actually decided on this one. So I've scrambled round the top to actually come down to the base of the falls. Now, sorry, my hands are a bit shaky because I'm actually perched a little bit as well. So, obviously what we've got here is we've got these falls in the background. Now, I've actually positioned the right-hand falls here. I've actually positioned that on the vertical rule of thirds line. Now, we've also got this little stack of rocks just down the front as well. So I'm really, really pleased with how they're sat in the picture. When your live view doesn't switch off, that would really be helpful. Now, yeah, so we've got these rocks that are just sat here, just to give it a little bit more foreground interest. Now, I've also got this bit here, these rocks. Now, they're just creating a nice diagonal across the frame. I actually find that quite pleasing, to be honest with you. Now, strangely enough, I've actually slapped the 12 to 24, my brand new lens, on for this shot because I wanted to get as close into that foreground interest as possible. Now we have also got, down the bottom of the image, just a little rock just peeking in there and then leading through using this one. Now I'm really happy with this composition. I'm actually really impressed with this falls. So I'm going to take a couple more pictures just to make sure I've got it in the bag, and then we'll go on to falls number 2 and then we'll head back to the car. Okay, so falls number 4. Well, actually it's falls 2 on the trail, but the final falls for us. And I tell you what, I don't even know if this is going to do it justice. Goes up here and round here. Now, it's magnificent. Absolutely cracking. The problem is, let me just swing around again. You've got this area here, you've got this area here, and just want to make sure I don't fall off that ledge, the other area there as well. I mean, this is just fantastic. The problem is, to utilise it, I don't want to be stood there, and there is no way across. Even if the water was lower, there's still no way across. That is far too deep down there. So I'm going to have to try and position myself right next to the water. I mean, even looking downstream, there's nowhere I can stand here. Because that would be epic if I could have got this leading in to this one, to this one, to this one, to this one, to that one. But there is no way to do it. So I'm going to have to try and position myself to get those three in. There's a ledge just down there. My word. I mean, I don't know. Brecon Beacons, you've won my heart so far. I wish it wasn't so far away. About 3.5 hour drive to Cardiff, and it was an hour's drive this morning to here. I'll be back. Right, let's look for a composition, see if I can actually make the most of this. So, there we have it. Four Waterfalls Walk done. I tell you what, that was some really impressive stuff though. I'm really impressed with those falls at the moment. So, and that is actually the end of this vlog. So, yeah, so far so good. So this is day one, part one. We obviously have a couple more falls to hit up. Don't know whether I'll combine them or make separate ones of them, but I'm so chuffed so far. I've obviously still got to check into my hotel, in a different hotel tonight, but I want to make the most of being here because it's a long drive over, and after seeing the stature and the grandeur of these waterfalls, I'm itching now to get around as many as possible. So yeah, as I say, day one, part one, Mike's Misadventures in Wales. So if you have obviously liked it, do give us the old thumbs up. Drop us a subscribe from down the bottom as well. Obviously we have quite a few vlogs coming out. Now we are going to look to release these on a weekly basis, even though it's literally going to be, you know, once I get back to the car, it's about 15-minute drive. You guys won't see it till a week after this one. So yeah, definitely worth giving us a subscribe. And yeah, I'm going to carry on walking up these really steep steps and muddy slopes, but my God, was it worth it. So yeah, take it easy people, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.